Do you guys already have some news about the Merchantman?
It still exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a really cool wallpaper in this week's Fan Spotlight that at Merchantman.
It was. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Ben, can you share more news on the whole scene? Is it still going to have the cylindrical design you described earlier?
Actually, I can describe the Hull C because just last night I was at a 3-hour surprise Orion and Hull C meeting.
That was quite the meeting.
Yes. And there was no air conditioning in there. It was a long one. Basically, we went into the meeting and everybody was like, let's look at the Hull C. This is just a stupid box ship. And we came out of it 3 hours later with a new idea for the Hull C, basically the whole series that had the technical designers going upstairs to try to mock it up right now. So everybody's really excited. Went from not interested in the ship to really excited. So I can't spoil too much, but we are super fired up about the hull right now.
Will that be the next concept sale?
It's going to be anybody's guess between I'll say the Orion is right now being concepted by George Hull. George Hull is not doing the Hull C.
Wow, that's so perfect.
Yeah.
The Hull C will be concepted by Jim Martin, who did the Freelancer and the Deep Space Nine's Defiant. He does our MISC ships. Basically, our meeting yesterday was to, we sent out the initial descriptions to them. Both of them came back and said, okay, we need to know this. How does it land? How does it do this? What do you want? This. So we sat down and we ran through all their questions yesterday and sent them back to the concept artist. So they're both actively working, I guess, starting today on both those ships. Which one we showed you guys first will depend entirely on which one gets to a level that Chris likes first. So it could be the Orion, could be the Hull C. We are also starting off the Bulldog in Santa Monica. Gurmak is doing the Bulldog Night Fighter, which is going to be cool too. So that's in the running also.
Look for some really cool footage for the Bulldog coming soon.
Yeah, we're going to be filming the whole Bulldog development process.
Which is awesome. We've wanted to do it for a while, but now that we actually have one starting its whole life cycle here and ending here, it makes it a lot easier. Gladiator Arena Commander flyable.
Working on it. I don't think we have a specific date, but it's in the works. Flyable Gladiator is one of the things we need for the very first missions of Squadron, so very, very soon.
When the heck is my Psyche going to be flyable?
That one I don't know. I know every time I see a list of ships, Chris says, why isn't the Psyche flyable yet? So there will be a point where it happens, hopefully sooner than later.
Is there an update on Vanduul Swarm Co-op?
Yes, they are working on it. That one came as a surprise. We had general ideas of what were a little wonky when it launched, but that one we did not anticipate being an issue.
We know there are a lot of very specific 1.0 issues that you guys are reporting. We know, and they're all being addressed for the next patch. Some of them are easy fixes, some of them are longer. But at this point, you guys know how that sort of development works. We're getting there.
Yeah, it's a priority. Like I said, that one completely caught us off guard.
Yeah, nobody thought that would happen.
Any news on the FPS module? How much news can we share, Ben?
I don't know if we can share that much news, just that it's on track. Things are looking good. You guys probably saw Chris included a sneak peek of the Battlesphere, whatever we're calling it, in his last letter.
The whatever is not Ender's Game.
Yeah, the totally not inspired by Ender's Game thing. And that was the first thing about FPS Module. It was like, oh my god, this is so cool. We're not just adding zero gravity as like an extra. It's a whole potato.
Hardcrops wants to know about cross chassis from same value ships. That, to my understanding, will not be possible because it has to be an upgrade and there has to be a difference in value.
Yeah, we've talked about doing cross chassis between same value ships where you pay us like $5 or something and then you make the change. Because otherwise it gives you the ability, if it's $0, you can just switch ships at any time, and that doesn't work so well. But let us know what you would rather do: not have a cross chassis or have one with some minimal, like 5,000 UEC fee or something. Or if you have some other idea, we'd love to hear that too.
Updates on AC credits and when we can buy weapons for that. That's still coming. There's no.
I think we're saying it's 1.1,
Yeah.
not 1.0.1, which will be our fixes
Yeah.
for.
See, this is where it gets confusing.
So 1.0.1 will be a bunch of fixes for issues that have come up with 1.0. 1.1.0 will be the next big feature patch with hopefully AC credits, AC bucks, space dollars, whatever we're calling them.
AC bucks.
AC bucks.
Any mining activities available in Arena Commander soonish?
Not in Arena Commander, although the other ship I was talking about yesterday was the Orion. So we've been actually basically nailing a lot of the mining stuff to the wall so that we can then go out and concept the Orion. So I expect to hear more about the systemics of it all soon.
Any update on the Herald?
No, it's the concepting is done. It has not been assigned to a technical designer yet.
So I saw this question a minute ago. Do we have any ships that are close to flyable? I mean, I know we just released a ton of them.
The Scythe is close to flyable. The Gladiator is close to flyable. You'll see the remodeled Cutlass and the remodeled Avenger in the not too distant future with their variants. That'll be Q1, let's say.
Yeah.
What else is coming up? We got a bunch of squadron ships that are going to be flyable, but it won't matter to AC just yet. After that, I'm not sure what's going to. I mean, I know they're going to have to kind of transition to getting the multi-crew ships ready for AC 2.0, the Freelancer and the Constellation and everything. So I think there'll be a lot more effort to that now that we have all the variants done for the single-seaters. But Gladiator soon, maybe the Gladiator.
Yeah.
Any ship closer to hangar ready?
Retaliator is close to hangar ready. What else have we sold from the Squadron 42 lineup? Scythe, of course, is close to hangar ready. We put the Gladiator in the hangar. I'm just trying to run through all the ships in my head. Get my neurons sparking again. Yeah, that may be the next big
closest one.
Yeah, it's the Retaliator and then the Avenger variants. No plans to sell Pegas.
Pegasi. No, that's good.
Pegasi.
Will we get AC multiplayer free flight mode?
AC multiplayer free flight.
Because you know you
Flight,
have
just
free
free flight with your friends.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I heard Travis mention that it would be nice.
Yeah, I think that's one of our that's would be cool things.
That's how things get done in CIG. Someone just goes, "Hey, I think this is cool, guys."
That's certainly how racing came about.
It's true. How is Moby Glass coming?
Great, actually, it's getting very close to the point where we want to show it off to you. The guys at Behavior are doing it, and you can tell something is good when you start getting Chris directing you to that particular person over and over again. So as you start seeing all these threads where Chris is like, be sure to hook up with the Behavior guys, they're doing great. We're doing a revamp for the store on the website. Be sure to check with the Behavior guys, they have an amazing Moby Glass, be sure to check with the Behavior. So they've nailed it down, and you'll see it soon.
Any word on how early or which module the Super Hornet will be flyable for 2 people? Well, technically, wouldn't that make it a multi-crew?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think that's
2.0.
Well, Chris has talked a little bit about doing the Super Hornet before 2.0, like 1.5 or something, because you don't have to get up from the seat and walk around. Theoretically, we don't have to use the multi-crew system for that particular ship because you're locked in a turret. So we may see that before 2.0, but it's one of those ones like this would be cool if a designer has the day to put it into play as needed.
See, I told you. So when Chris walked around and said, "Hey, wouldn't it be nice if..." For ship ranges, Ben, can you give specifics on what you mean by short and long? I think it means just a short-range fighter and a long-range fighter.
Oh, okay. So short, in my mind anyway, short range is inside a star system. Long range is the ability to jump to another star system and still be an effective fighter.
How's the female character model coming, Ben?
Well, we've started to. You've probably seen some of the commercials. We have the female character model in the background. Okay, she starred in the Cutlass.
Cutlass, yeah.
I think we're at a point where we're no longer saying we need one character model and another character model. It's much more of a systemic, all kinds of body parts that go together now. In fact, it's kind of crazy to think back to like that first 6 months where we went making a man, and now there's all kinds of men.
Any updates on the Reclaimer, Ben?
No, it's it's one of the larger ships, so it's not the next priority. Priority right now is kind of finish up the single-seater ships that are trailing off. Then we're gonna do the original multi-screw ships, the Freelancer, Constellation, Cutlass, etc. Then we move on to the more specialized stuff.
Are we going to hear more about the Merlin, Archimedes, and Snub Fighters in general? Or
Yes,
Snub Fighters?
yes. We have been talking about basically when to put them into the game recently. We'll have more on that soon.
Any updates on the Avenger variants? I just found out their names. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
No updates.
But they are in active development now. In fact, I was just talking to Chris yesterday because he was at some late meeting in UK, and we were here in the morning, and he was coming from a meeting about the Avenger variants, checking them out. So he's happy, we're happy, everybody's happy. How are you guys?
When will we see artwork for the Orion?
Well, the Orion is having its art flommed together right now. Once Chris says
what together?
Flommed.
Flommed?
Flommed. It's a perfectly cromulent verb.
Okay.
So once it's good enough that Chris says show it, we will show it. My guess would be 1 to 2 months, but I do not hold me to that because I just made it up right now. Oh, how big is the Orion? It's the Orion. I don't know if we shared specifications for the Orion before. I know there was a period where a bunch of the very, 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 very rough stats went out. I don't know if the Orion was included, but if you saw those stats, it is much, much larger. It's similar in size and scope to the Reclaimer at this point.